Hey, what's going on YouTube? PB the Fox here with the Ravnica Historical Society, back with another historic video. We're going to be jumping into the ladder and playing some blue-white auras, like we have all week. But first, we're going to talk about a couple of exciting cards from the new D&D set. The first one I want to touch on here is Demi-Lich, which I kind of saw everybody was talking about on Reddit. 4 blue mana skeleton wizard. It costs a blue less for each instant or sorcery you've cast this turn. Whenever it attacks, you may, exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Copy it, you may cast the copy, which what is interesting about this is that it gets around Grafdigger's Cage. Because it exiles the spell, then you copy that spell, then you may cast it. You don't cast it out of your graveyard. So it gets around the cage, which is kind of interesting. And you may cast it from your graveyard by exiling 4 instant and or sorceries from your graveyard, in addition to paying its other costs. So you still have to pay the 4 blue mana. But what's interesting is that if you cast your 4 instants, then you can, or whatever, then you can immediately exile them and cast Demi-Lich from the graveyard. A lot of people talking about how this is going to slot into Blue-Red Phoenix. I don't know. Definitely people are going to try it. I don't know if I agree, just because it doesn't fly. It's a 4/3, which is a pretty big beater. The interesting thing is that you could definitely go like later in the game, you can go opt brainstorm, expressive iteration, cast this thing for 1 from your hand. That's sort of interesting. Or, you know, cast it out of your graveyard again. That part doesn't get around the cage, just the thing that lets you cast. It's interesting that it's like a little slower and clunkier, but it lets you exile the things out of your graveyard. The thing I don't like about this card is that it competes with itself in a way of, if you're attacking with it and exiling instants and sorceries from your graveyard, those are instants and sorceries that you can't use to cast it if it dies. So that's kind of annoying. Interested to see if this card ends up making it into the Blue-Red Phoenix lists. Like I said, I don't think so. My gut tells me that this isn't better than Stormwing Entity, which flies and has prowess. It's hard to say. We'll see. Demi-Lich, interesting card. Definitely like one of the most powerful things that we've seen out of the set so far. The other card I want to talk about here is Wizard Spellbook, which we'll even zoom in here a little. This is a great example of why I don't like this set. It's an artifact for 7 mana, which tells you that you need to be cheating it into play. Because why would you cast 7 mana for this card? But you can tap it instantly. Exile target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard, so you can steal your opponent's stuff. Roll a d20, activate only as a sorcery. So we'll just go over this. 1 through 9, copy the card, you may cast the copy, but you have to pay full price. 10 to 19, copy it, you may cast the copy by paying 1 generic rather than paying its mana cost. So the thing I hate about most of the d20 cards is that it's almost like Hearthstone in that your spell is just going to do something random and you can't, like, you have no idea what's going to happen until you cast the card. You put it on the stack, you pay your mana, you fully commit, and then you see what happens. So all of these roll a d20 are spinning the wheel type cards. What I don't like about this, and then the number 20, right? If you get lucky and hit the critical success, you copy each card exiled with the spellbook, cast any number of the copies without paying their mana cost. So you only want to get lucky after you've exiled a few cards, right? If you get lucky on the first one, you get to copy it for free, which is pretty cool. But you really want to hit that 20 on like number 2 or 3 or further on, right? The thing I don't like is that, like, let's assume you cheat this thing into play, because if you pay 7 mana, like, you're getting hosed. But even if you do pay the 7 mana, because maybe you're in a commander game or whatever, you copy the card, and you either have to pay full price or only pay 1. So you've got to make this decision when you target the card of, do I want to hit something expensive and hope I hit the lucky side of this card so that I can cast it for 1, right? Do I want to target some big instant or sorcery spell? Or do I want to copy something or target something cheap so that if I don't get lucky, I can still at least afford to pay for it? But if I hit the 10 to 19, I'll kind of feel bad that I didn't target something more expensive. It's a weird, like, the whole theme of this set seems to be roll a die and see what happens. And as a competitive Magic player, I absolutely hate the idea that there's so much RNG baked into this set that, like, all of the cards are like this. We'll just look at the spoilers real quick. Well, let's go back to 100%. These class cards are kind of interesting. Blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of roll... Like, I'm not going to do these because they're not translated. But, like, this is a really, really bad one. Power of Persuasion. 3 mana sorcery. Choose target creature an opponent controls, then roll a d20. Either return it to their hand, or put it on the top or bottom of their library, or sometimes you gain control of it. Like, is a 3 mana sorcery really what the cost is to either bounce something or put it on top or bottom, depending on what happens? Like, I feel like it's a sorcery speed boomerang, kind of. Well, it's only creature, right? So what is it? Unsummon? It's a sorcery speed unsummon that sometimes puts it on top or bottom of their library, and then very rarely you get to steal it for a turn. Terrible card. Another thing here, right? Search the room. Pay 6, roll a d20. Sometimes you draw a card, but sometimes you look at the top 3, put 1 into your hand, and the rest on the bottom. So sometimes you draw, sometimes you ponder. But for 6 mana, like, shouldn't you just get to ponder? Like, I get the flavor of that is very D&D, but in Magic, it's bad, right? When this thing attacks, roll a d20. Sometimes you make a treasure. Sometimes you make 2 treasures. Sometimes you make 3 treasures. Just like... I can't strategize around this, right? It's like, we'll just see what happens. Let's roll the RNG. When Swarming Goblins enters, roll a d20. Sometimes you make a goblin. Sometimes you make 2. Sometimes you make 3. Okay. Again, like, I hate that if, like, imagine you're even in a limited game where this is in your hand and, like, your lines of play are going to matter your attacks based on whether you can make 1, 2, or 3 tokens. So you've kind of got to play it before combat. And I don't like the idea that, it's very Hearthstone. It's very RNG. Wait. Oh, I was like, haven't I hit 100 yet? But yeah, we have. Well, 90 was the top, so we're just in the bonus cards now. Been playing too much Apex Legends. I just hit that battle pass on 100. But let's get into some games here. I'm super disappointed with this D&D set right now. It's like, I guess if you're a very big D&D player, this set's probably exciting for you because you love rolling d20. But as a Magic player, like, I'm pretty unhappy that this is the next standard legal set. No companion. We'll keep this. I don't like that this is the next standard and historic set. Oh, no. Sure. Hopefully Adonto Vanguard's good enough here. Mono black. Pretty bad matchup for us, but we can win it. It's not unwinnable. We get this doggy and another Vanguard, sure. And another one. Or Gutterbones. Or Knight of the Ebon Legion. Is he going to Fatal Push it just to make me lose 4 life? Sure. Takes my doggy, probably. Oh, takes my other Adonto Vanguard. Okay. Interesting choice. This thing's vigilant. Ends the turn. Now with 2 Thought Seizes coming out, I guess they still have Inquisition, so there's only, what, 5 discard spells left in their deck? Probably. It's like a 3-3 split or a 5-2 split, right? Or not 5-2, sorry. A 3-4 split. 4 Thoughtseize, 3 Inquisitions would make sense. Yeah, I take 2. I take 2. Spawn of Mayhem. That's a 4-4. That was a pretty horrible draw. This thing comes over. Doink. Wish I had a Curious Obsession on it. Yeah. We'll take that. Hopefully we don't get inquisitioned. Puts a counter on his thing. This is how we beat this deck, though. We gotta go wide with Luris. That way we can just keep playing our doggy. I take 5 in the air. Something else gets spectacled in. Nope, just the Dread Wanderer. Interesting. This can't block, right? No, that one can block. Dude, stop with this whole bunch of garbage. We cast SRAM, I suppose, right? In case we draw an aura. Okay. Send over the Vanguard. It is 4 mana. You block that and I take 4 damage. Yeah, I guess I could have recast the Selfless Savior. Da, 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 da. Need to draw some auras. That is what we need. Murderous Rider. Yeah, okay. He's off. Doink, 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 doink. Boink. Ends a turn. 5 and 4. Now what? This opponent has 1 card in hand. Can't really use their Castle Lochthwain. I guess they could. Oh, if you can hear that. It's the lawn mowing day today in Hazel Park. I guess. Sure, that one has lifelink as well. Okay. My turn. Sure. Send Luris over. Make him indestructible. Gain some life. Play an island. Go. Alright. Can't draw any more land. I need Staggering Insight right now. Yeah, I need Staggering Insight right now. Sure. Yikes. Scary. Who dies here? SRAM? No, it's gotta be the Vanguard. That's like the only way this works. Now I at least have 1 aura I can cast. Alright, so that was a terrible draw. Jesus Christ, these things. Alright, Selfless Doggy. Sentinel's Eyes goes here. These two. We need an aura. Come on, deck. Don't do this to me. GG. Opponent's at 5, so if we attack with these, they go to 3, then they drop to 1, we lose the game. Okay. We lose the game. Thanks for all those lands, deck. Spell Pierce, pretty bad. Not as good as these removal spells. And that's the plan. God damn, that's loud. I'm gonna close the window. That's a little better. Alright, we'll take the play. This hand sucks. So does this one. And now the kid with the really annoying moped drives by in the front of the house, because why not? It's small engine day here in Hazel Park. Of course. On blue, this one. Alright, this is how we win the game. We attack with the puppy dog. Sure, Gutter Bones and Knight of the Ebon Legion. Right. Oh, it's just my turn. Okay. Staggering Insight. I'll take that action. A plane. Get over there, draw us a card. Okay. End the turn. We're gonna need to get this SRAM down next turn, though. Discard 2, then exile my graveyard. Okay. These two, I guess. That changes things. Surprised they bring in Go Blank against me. It seems quite horrible. This one. Just in case. Just in case. Okay, well. Yeah, sure. Just gain a billion life here. This one. Yeah, go ahead and block. We go to 32. Faceless Haven is no good here. Rankle Prankle is no good here. Alright, let's go to game 3. That's that. That's that. Some big news. If you made it this far in the video, Julie and I got a Nintendo Switch yesterday. It showed up in the mail. Well, I guess we got it this morning. It came in the mail. So I'm going to go get some games. I had a Wii U briefly when I was still living with my ex, old what's her name. We had a Wii U, and it was super fun. I loved it. I loved the Wind Waker remake on that. This is good. I got pretty good at Mario Kart. Inquisition me. Or Thoughtseize. Sure. Take the Spirit Dancer. But then when we broke up, like a few months after... Well, I guess not a few months after. Oh, yeah, it was like... I don't know. Jesus Christ. Takes my creature. Nope. Okay. It's a weird one to take. Unless I'm just getting Inquisitioned again. No. Okay. I'll take it. I think you made a mistake there. Unless... Am I going to be sacrificing a creature here? Trial of Ambition? What the hell's going on? Or am I just getting Rankle Prankled? I could see myself getting Rankle Prankled here. But yeah, so we bought the Wii U, and then, I don't know, like 10 months later we broke up. It wasn't even a year. So for a brief period of time, I had a Wii U, and I really liked it. And then they immediately came out with the Switch, because the Wii U was deemed a failure, which I guess. And, whatever, I didn't have it anyway, so I didn't really care. But it was a lot of fun. I really liked playing the Mario game, Mario World 3D. I'm excited to get some more stuff going. I guess I just do this, right? I gotta get these cards. Gotta get these cards. Not those cards specifically. Definitely was hoping for some other cards, but Sure, extinction event in the board. Yeah, sure. And now our opponent is going to be able to... Wait, it's 5 other cards. Nice. Thought Seize me. Of course you would. Why wouldn't you have another Thought Seize ready for my cat? Yeah, Spawn of Mayhem. That thing's probably going to kill him. That's the best we can do here. Attack me with the land. Come on, something good off the top. It's not very good. Go. I mean, that's what happens when you get triple Thought Seized, right? It happens. Yeah. You take the Staggering Insight. No doubt about it. Spawn does work. I take another 4. And we're going to lose this game. Ugh, right? Ugh. Do not make me discard a card. Jesus Christ almighty. That's 5 this game. A core Spirit Dancer. No attacks. Really good game. Thanks for drawing 6 discard spells. I definitely appreciate that. And the land. Yeah, everything went your way here, right? So now I'm dead. Like, there's no way I'm not dead here. Okay, good game. Good game. Whatever. It's a pretty bad matchup for us. It's really horrible when we draw 8 lands, but it's bad even if we don't draw 8 lands. But whatever. That's the day. Hey, those engines are already gone. It's oddly quiet in here. It's almost a little unsettling. Do a little store review at the end here. Some Planeswalkers. This one looks pretty cool. I like this one. The Lily looks pretty cool. The Chandra, I like it. It's not... I feel like Chandra's art always looks a little bit weird when she's on fire. She looks a little silly. This Garrick is okay. Really like this Ugin. Big fan of that Ugin. I'd say like 1, 2, 3 tied for 4th. Decent deals, I guess. 50% off. They're mythics, so they're still pretty expensive. $2 for these cosmetics. I'm saving... I guess I'm going to save up all of my gold because I don't feel interested in buying these D&D packs at all. I'm just not going to spend cash on them. Seriously, I'm super disappointed in this set. I hope I turn out to be super wrong and that it's actually great for standard and historic, but it feels very random, very Hearthstone. It feels very not Magic, which, like, I get that it literally says Dungeons and Dragons on the pack. But that's really what it feels like. It feels like a Magic product for D&D rather than a D&D product for Magic, if that makes any sense. It feels like it's for Dungeons and Dragons players who are interested in Magic, rather than trying to take Magic players and get them interested in D&D. I might be in the minority, but we'll see. Regardless, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Happy Friday to all of you. Seriously, have a good weekend. Hopefully some good stuff happens. It's the 4th, so I probably won't do a video on Monday. I don't think I'm going to do a video on Monday. Maybe. We'll wait. Second, third. The 4th is on Sunday. Might do a video. We might do a video on Monday. But if we're not here Monday, we'll see everybody on Tuesday. Thanks for everybody watching. As always, I've been PB the Fox with the Ravnica Historical Society. You've all been awesome. And we'll see you next week. Have a good 4th, guys.